Hey you guys, Janet Grace here inside the mind of me. Don't mind my eyes, I have allergies for days, and it's late in the evening. Um, I have something very exciting that I'm doing, at least exciting to me. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what's going on. Woo! Here we go! Same old guitar. This is my newest, and I noticed that it's cold outside, and I don't exactly put it in the case, and I've been playing it a lot. So what's going on is that the strings, what happens with the neck is that the neck either gets concave or convex, and then the strings either go either too up high, which is makes it hard to play, or sometimes it goes too down, and in the other direction, it again makes it hard to play. So what I did was I've been studying, and I love to learn. As you guys know, I love to learn. So I am a luthier apprentice, and this over here is a fret rocker, and this is my little ruler. So what happens with this is you take this little guy over here, and it's got different angles depending upon where the frets. As you can see, the frets are these silver things. Sometimes they're gold, and they're what make the different sounds either lower or higher depending upon where you are on the guitar. So this, depending upon if you're up here, you're going to use this one, but you always take three at a time, and it's called a fret rocker. Why it's called a fret rocker is because if it rocks at all, there are frets that are not exactly where they're supposed to be. Sometimes they're up a little bit too high. So, and sometimes the other ones in the middle are too low, which gives you different sounds that you really don't want. So, very, very gently, you put it to where it is, and if it's rocking, there's something wrong with it. Like over here, you get a little bit of, there's a watch. I'll try to keep it gentle, but there's a little bit of click, 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 rock. And that lets me know that one of these frets is high, one of these frets is higher than the other. So what you do is you grab your marker and you mark exactly where it's a little bit too high, and you have to go into all the spaces to see, and then you put the little marks on them. The tape is of course so that you can protect the wood. So right there, if I put the fret rocker between here and here, I get a little bounce over here, a little bounce over here, letting me know that these guys are not correct. So the first thing I do is I grab a hammer. This is a mallet, and you gently like click, 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 click. Always very gently. You don't want to break the thing. And you go over, and then you measure it again to see if you still have that rock. Sometimes the frets just come a little bit loose, depending upon how much you've been playing the guitar, all that jazz. And sometimes it clears up the problem, and sometimes it doesn't. Sorry about my old hands, but that's what happens when you live on the earth and you don't die. You start to crumble one way or another. So over here, there's still a little bit of a rock in that I can see. So what I've done is I've detailed where exactly it is that the high spots are, and then you take the appropriate sanding block or sanding paper, and there are special tools that you use, which I happen to have, and this right here is what I'll be using to finish it off. After you sand it very gently in the spaces that you need to sand, then you have to finish it off, you know. And if you look, I haven't even opened this one yet. Let's check it out. If you look very carefully in here, you'll see that there's a groove. You got to get into the groove, and this there's a sanding stone in there, is diamond cut, It's a very good instrument. And then once it's sanded to where it is, then you finish it off and you put the appropriate little crown back on. It's gotta have a little bit of whatchamacallit. And why you have to be very, very careful when you're sanding these down is you don't want to sand them too much. Otherwise, it's not going to give you the sound that needs to happen. It's all mathematical. Thank you. I can't even remember his name right now. Whoever the hell gave us music 32,000 years ago. These are little divots, little that you put in between here, also doing the same thing if you only have one or two to do, but I just like to use the tape. And a really good tip that I got, I'm not using it this time because I only have a few to do, but if I were doing the entire thing again, and I'm going to polish these, you're going to see how pretty they're going to come out. But the bottom line is that what you were to do, a little tip is to take this blue tape over here and run it first this way, and then you put the other ones on top. So when you take them off, you just go zip, and the whole thing comes off. But I'm okay doing this, it's not a big thing. I get the blue tape from the dollar store. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. So I thought you might be very interested in, and maybe not. I got a little hater saying, "Oh, I'm your fraud." It's like, "Oh, what the hell are you doing here? Keep on walking. There's a whole world of stuff that you could be doing instead of trying to knock me, silly one." I'm just one little bean on the planet. So anyway, yeah, that's what I'm doing tonight, and I'm gonna be having a good time. I'll show you the finished whatchamacallit, who's the fats, as soon as I'm finished with all this jazz. All right, I'm loving you guys. Bye.